YouTube, it's Katie and welcome to another video. This video is low quality because I'm filming it on my phone and also because I do not have a laptop right now. I'm very desperate to upload a video because I want to talk about things with you guys, but I don't have a laptop so I can't edit videos, and because I can't edit videos I can't film on my camera to get high quality videos, so I'm filming this on my phone and I'm just going to upload it straight to YouTube unedited, and that's just how this is going to have to go. So I'm folding my laundry right now and I just want to talk to you guys about adult life because I'm a little confused, and the girlies had me thinking I wasn't gonna be confused, but I am, and I've never really heard anybody talk about this angle of it, so I need to be the one who discusses it. So when you're a kid, I paused it by the way, when you're a kid or a teen or whatever, your direction is very obvious because you have school there to tell you what your direction is. You basically spend your whole, maybe like in elementary school you don't realize it, but by middle school you've picked up that until you graduate college, you're spending your whole life trying to get a job. That's the whole thing is for. You do high school so you can get good grades, so you can get into a good college, so that you can get a good degree, so that you can get a good job. The job is the end goal. That's all we're here for, and that's what we dedicate ourselves to so willingly. Good. Ugh. I'm trying to do the Marie Kondo little packet method, but I keep forgetting that I'm trying to do that, and then I have to fold all the clothes twice, and it's still. But yes, we have a clear goal, and every everything that we do is to work towards that goal, but also everything that we do is clearly outlined, explained, and it has a clear start and end. You know, eighth grade, it's a year long. No, it's not. I mean, technically it's not because it's a school year long, but with summer, it's a year of your life. You're going to get a year older by the time that it's done. All your friends are going to get a year older, and you only have to do it for a year. So if you're in eighth grade and you're like, good golly gosh, I hate this crap. Well, at least you know you've only got to do it for a year, and then you'll be in ninth grade. You'll be in high school, and everything's going to be different. And when you're in high school, you can be like, good golly gosh, I hate this crap. But you only have to do it for 4 years, and you'll be in college, and everything will be different. And when you're in college, if you take a class that you don't like, you only have to do it for 4 months, and then it'll be break, or the semester will be over, or whatever, and everything will be different. And you just know. You know where you're going. You know your landmarks. You know your time commitments to things. You just know everything because they tell you everything because it's all so structured. And they also claim that this schooling method, particularly college, is set up to set you up for the real world. It teaches you how to wake up early, how to go do something even if you don't want to do it. And I mean, really, that's it. It doesn't teach you anything else that you're supposed to learn for the world, but they really act like they set you up to live in reality because you did a year of college. And I'm here to tell you, I am not feeling that way. Number one issue, my laundry. Not my laundry in particular, but just all the things that you have to do to be a functioning person when you live on your own. You have to do your own laundry, you have to shop for your own food, you have to cook the food that you shop for, you have to keep your room clean, you have to keep other areas of the house clean, you have to maintain your car. There's just things you have to do to keep together, and you had to do those things before, but you weren't working full time before. Now that I have a full time job, I feel like there's not enough hours in the day to do all the same things I used to do because like I wake up and I get ready for work, and then I go to work and I'm at work, and then I have to drive home from work, which takes an hour, and then I feel like I have time to do one thing. I can do laundry today. I can put the dishes away today. I can do just one thing. And then maybe watch like an episode of a TV show to chill and relax, and then it's time to go to sleep for work again. Everything becomes about work, and I'm just a little confused. When is the part in my day where I enjoy my day? School plus a part-time job, and I still managed to have time to do all of the little stupid bullshit I need to do to keep my life together, but also, binge an anime tonight because I feel like it. Stay up until 3 a.m. because I don't have work until noon, so that's something that I can do. Just fuck around. Like, I just feel like I had more time to fuck around, and now I don't. And maybe I'm just like bad at time management now, but it just feels like I can only get one thing done in a day. And I'm doing this laundry today, even though I was supposed to do it yesterday because I didn't have time yesterday. Yesterday I was like, I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna go grocery shopping. I'm gonna cook the food. I'm gonna do my laundry. I'm gonna fold my laundry. I'm gonna do these drawings for this lunch that I'm preparing for. I'm gonna do it all. And I didn't do it all. I tried to do it all, but I just couldn't. I was exhausted and it didn't all get done. And now I'm having to do it today. And I hate doing things on Sunday because what comes after Sunday? Monday. And what happens on Monday? I have to go back to work. And what happens when you go back to work? You go back to having no time to do anything. So I feel like I don't have much of a life. I have some semblance of an existence that I use to the best of my abilities, but for the most part, I do not have time to do things that I want to do. I want to work on my Etsy, which I have been doing. The link probably won't be in the description because I'm uploading this from my phone, but you know what? I'll put it in there. I will put the Etsy link in the description for you guys. You can also check out the Instagram or TikTok, KG, as is my channel name, Creative, all one word. I've been working really hard on that, gaining followers. It's going great, but it's not going as good as I want it to go because I don't have as much time as I would want to have to dedicate to it. Because I have to fold laundry, because I have to go to my job and work my job, and there's just no time. But there is time. You know what I mean? Like, the time is there. I experience the time every day, but somehow the time isn't enough time. But it seems like it's enough time for everyone else. Because no one else is sitting out there like, bro, I don't have time to wash the dishes in the sink. No, they just simply wash the dishes. I seem to be the only one who feels like I don't have time to do these little stupid things, or any of the big important things that I actually wanted to do, or any of the not productive fun things that I want to do. Like, I just don't have time for anything. It doesn't all fit, and I'm not loving that, not one bit. The next thing that I am struggling with is that there is nothing tying me to this earth. What do I mean by that? When you're in school, you feel tied down because you have a clear goal that you're pretty far away from reaching, and you also know when the things that you don't like are going to end. So it's like, yeah, I don't like this, but it'll end in a year. I can get through it. But now I don't have that. Now that I have the job I've worked so hard to get, now I just go to work. And that's it. And if I just woke up one day and decided I don't like this job, I can just quit. And I can just get another job. There's nothing stopping me from doing that. And that's a good thing because I have autonomy over my life, but it's also kind of low-key a bad thing because there's nothing stopping me from doing anything. Like, for example, I want to work a remote job so that I can travel for a couple of months or a year, however long I feel like traveling, and just work my little remote job. There's nothing stopping me from pursuing that right now. There's no reason I have to stay here. My apartment is on a month-to-month lease. I could leave literally tomorrow if I felt like it. I could just pick up and go. There's nothing keeping me here. But because there's nothing keeping me here, like, I feel like I will never experience things fully or progress in life if I just have nothing tethering me to what I'm doing. So like my current job, I can't actually get good at it and gain like years of work experience and progress in my career if I just hop to a new job because I felt like it. And the city that I live in, I really like it here, and I like exploring the city, and I cannot explore the city if I decide to just go traveling all over the place, living in a new place every month. It doesn't work that way. Cannot have both. So there's nothing stopping me from pursuing what I want, but I want different things, so I don't know when to pursue what. You know? Like, this seems like the time to pursue living out of the state and gaining career experience and all of this, but it doesn't have to be. I decide what it is, and I don't know how to just make a decision based off nothing. Like, I could say, oh, this is the time for me to grow in my career and experience living in a new place. But when does that end? This isn't a semester. This isn't a school year. This is just simply life happening. At what point is it like, okay, well, I've done this for long enough, time to move on? And I know that point will come to me. Like, I'll know when I get there that I'm tired of doing this. But for right now that I haven't gotten there, I don't like the ambiguity and the lack of direction of it and just like floating around. I don't like that my life doesn't have a clear direction. And in order to give it, like, I could give it clear direction, but it's just like based off nothing. Like, there's no reason for that. You know, like, I could say, oh, I'm gonna do a year, what's it called? A gap year. That's an obvious thing of when it starts and when it ends because you're basing it off the school year next. You'll say, I'll take a gap now starting in May because school just ended, and my gap will end next August because that's when school begins. It's an obvious outline for your gap year. But this isn't a gap year to live in California until some amount of time when I can then move on to the next venture. This is just me existing. And I could say, well, I'll stay here for a year. But why? There's no reason to stay for a year. There's no reason to stay for more than a year. There's no reason to stay for less than a year. So I don't know what I want to do because there's nothing. There's no direction. There's nothing. I just exist. And the only things that I feel can tie me down are relationships. But I just moved across the country, so I don't have any. I don't have any friends. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have anything. So what am I doing? And it's just like my whole life is up to me now. And I like that theoretically because it's like, of course, my life is up to me. It should be up to me. It's my life. But I don't really like it. Like, my life hasn't been up to me this whole time. It's been up to societal expectations of me, my parental expectations, school requirements, legal obligations to be at school. Like, it has not been up to me. I've had the illusion of choice. And now that I have actual choice, I don't know what to do with it. And then there's comparing yourself to others and worrying that you're never gonna like do it, right? And so I'm worried that I am not going to find what I'm looking for. Don't know what I'm looking for, so I super don't know how I'm going to find it, but I'm certainly concerned that I won't. I'd like people have goals, right? There's typical life goals of someone in their 20s. Get married, buy a house, have kids, get a nice car, do some of this and some of that, get to like at least medium level in your career, whatever have you. Okay. Cool. I I don't have a lot of those goals. And so I'm like, is something wrong with me? Am I the problem? Am I supposed to have these goals? Because like, okay, get married. Yeah, I want to get married for sure. But like, I'm not tied to it. I want to get married because I want to find someone who is worth marrying. I want to find someone who makes me want to marry them. The concept of marriage itself is not appealing to me. What's appealing is the relationship that comes with and like the love and care you can have for someone. So just the whole like I want to be married by 25, like it just doesn't vibe with me. I want to be married when I find someone that I want to marry. So if I never do, then like okay, it's kind of disgusting to like tie myself to somebody who I just am not passionate about or who I do not think will keep me happy for my life. Like, and then like buying a house, right? Buying a house is the one, especially now that I live in California and work at a real estate company. Like buying a house is a joke. A fucking joke. It's hilarious. Like it was funny in Georgia, it's hilarious here. Buying a house, please. Please. So not only do I not see myself buying a house, like financially it just doesn't seem possible, but also like fiscally I don't care. You know, I know traveling is one of my goals, so I'm like, why buy a house? I'm not gonna live in it. And like, yeah, okay, I can rent it out to tenants, but if my tenants move out, girl, I'm gonna be in Rome. How am I supposed to find new tenants? Like, it's just giving stability and like stay here-ness, and I don't want to stay anywhere, so I just don't want a house. And also, I am a single individual person. I don't need a house. Like my goal, my big, like this would make me happy, I would feel done, is to get a luxury 1-bedroom apartment and share it with a man that I care about. I don't really need a house. Like, what am I put in a house? What am I put in a house? I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no man. Like, I'm gonna be sitting up in a 3 bedroom house by myself. Why? And then if you buy a house, you gotta buy house furniture. I barely have 1 bedroom furniture. House furniture is expensive. Have y'all seen couches? I don't think y'all have seen couches. That's why y'all all want a house. You don't know how much you don't know how much a coffee table costs. That's why y'all want a house. So not having the same goals right now, I feel like either there's something wrong with me, or I'm going to get to a point where I have those goals, but because I didn't have the goals at the same time everybody else had the goals, everybody else is already going to have a house. I'm just going to be starting up my savings account for a house. It takes a long ass time to save up for a house, and then I'm going to feel behind, and I'm going to be sad, and I'm going to feel unaccomplished, like my life is a fail, and like I just don't like feeling like my life was a fail. So whatever is not firing in the brain cells, whatever it is, like I don't know. And like I have a savings goal right now just to like get my accounts together and not be on my ass if my car breaks down or something. I have a savings goal and I'm like, okay, should this not be for a house? Like the amount of money that I'm saving, should it not be for a house? And I'm like, no, if I don't spend it on an emergency or something, I'm spending it on my travels. But I'm also just like, but a house though. Everybody else saves up for a house and like not that I need to be like everybody else, but I kind of do to a certain extent. Like, the road less traveled by and everything, but at the end of the day, you're still on a road. Like, I'm not going off into the woods. I'm still trying to stay somewhat normal and like societally conforming. And it's not just the house, it's also the kids. It's also the kids. I just feel like pregnancy is not for me. I have always been horrified of giving birth, and I've come to realize giving birth is just the finish line. There's 9 months of torture and agony before that, and it just does not seem like something that I need to experience. It just doesn't really, it's not giving what it was supposed to give. Like the whole miracle of life thing, it doesn't have that energy. And I want to adopt at this point. At this point in my life, I feel like I just want to adopt and not give birth, and that'll be just fine. But I'm also scared that one day I'll be 37 and be like, damn, why didn't I have any of my own kids? It's too late now. But now I want to. Like, I just feel like all of the goals that I should be wanting are just stunted or halted or something. And they're going to come for me too late. And then I'm just going to be upset with the way that I chose to live my life. Because again, it's all up to me. I have full power. There's nothing stopping me from doing anything I want to do. But what if what I want to do is the wrong things? ah. And then I'm also just disgusted with the concept of time moving. Like, okay, let's say I adopt a child, right? The kid is going to grow. Like, at some point, I will have, like, a 13-year-old that I'm responsible for. That is repulsive. Like, or like someday I'll be 30, which isn't old or anything. 30 is like your 30s, you're chilling. But it's also not your 20s. Like, you're more of an adult in your 30s. You're a little bit more together. Your frontal cortex is fully formed. Like, it's time for you to get it together. You're 30, but like, that's gross. I'm not ready to be 30. And like, obviously I have a long time until I get there, but the minutes, the seconds, they're ticking, and I'm getting closer and closer, and I feel like I just don't have the credentials to be a 30-year-old. Like, I'll be 30. I feel like I need like aspirations, and like, and I like started airing out some of my grievances on Instagram. I was not very articulate then. I'm probably still not very articulate now because it's kind of hard to explain this concept of like, I don't know what to do with my life. And one girl who was younger than me, so I was like, ma'am, but one girl told me to just make a roadmap for my life and follow the roadmap. I'm like, bitch, I don't know what's on the roadmap. I don't know what to put on it. Like, all through, because all through life, goals end at 25. Like, societally, once you're 25, that's it. You've done everything you need to do until you turn 50. Then you need to have a fun 50th birthday, and then you're back to just not having any goals. Like literally, everything in school is like, oh, when until you turn like 13, your birthdays are fun. Oh my god, I'm 9. Oh my gosh, I'm 10, double digits. Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm 13. I'm officially a teenager. Blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, I'm 12, getting my period. Like there's always something. And then, teenage years, each one is like a different experience just because you grow so much as a teenager. And then 20s, you're supposed to be getting the husband in the house and the kids. And then once you have the kids, like there's nothing else. There's nothing else. The society is like, oh, when you're 40, you should like uh, pursue your dreams or whatever the fuck. There's nothing. So how am I supposed to make a roadmap of my life when I have these goals and I see myself doing all of them before I'm 30? Like what's after 30? What's after 30? Other than be 30, I have no aspirations at that point. And I don't know where my life is going to be. Am I going to be married? Am I going to have the kids? Am I going to be in Rome? I don't know. What career am I going to be doing? I don't know. So I don't know how I'm supposed to plan that far ahead because I don't know where I am now. Like when I was 5, I could have planned for when I was 22 because I have the school system guiding me along. Now I have nothing. So I don't know how I'm supposed to look that far into the future and actually see something reasonable. You know what I'm saying? It also doesn't really super help that I have a small business because I try and watch videos and read books and educate myself on how to do better in the business and whatever, what have you. And I see like these women, or mostly women, because I don't like the men in YouTube videos who make business videos because they just yell at the camera and are super condescending, and I just don't really like it. But I see these women who were like, oh, my boutique made $10,000 this month. And I'm like, well, first of all, I don't even know if that's a business goal for me. Like, honestly, what am I going to do with $10,000 a month? What am I going to do with 120K per year? And also, I have a job, so 120K plus my salary. What actually am I going to do with that? I don't fucking know. Like, that doesn't, like, obviously, that's more money is better. I'd like to have more money, but I just have, like, it just seems so unreasonable. It's like buying a house. Like, in what world, So the thought of making that much, it's not that it doesn't appeal to me, it just doesn't do anything for me because I'm like, okay, like, what, like YouTubers, they're rich. Like, they're rich as fuck. They make my salary every month. But they live in 1-bedroom apartments. Like, they're nice apartments, sure, but like, where's the mansion? Like, I feel like for that kind of money, you should have a little bit more than you have. So I'm like, clearly there's something I don't understand about taxes or whatever their expenditures are, whatever. Clearly there's something that I'm missing. If all of these YouTubers, oh, I forgot to hang this. If all of these YouTubers are making this much fucking money, and yet they live in a penthouse, not a penthouse, they live in a townhouse in North Carolina. Like, clearly I'm missing something here because, like, the math ain't mathing. They should have a lot more than that. So I feel like for my small business, if it does get that big, the math is not going to be mathing. Like, I'm just going to feel like, why do they make that much money? It doesn't, like, it just doesn't make sense. And I want to grow. I want my business to be better. I feel envious, or not envy, sort of envious, but also sort of like confused because I'm like, girl, how? They'll be in business for a year and be making, anyways, and T-ways. So I'll be comparing my timeline to them and be like, oh, I need to get my business together because they're doing so much better than me and they've been in business less. Clearly, I'm not being very good at this. I need to try harder. I need to try different things. I need to do this and I need to do that and I need to just be better. But it's like, to what, why? To what end? This one girl was talking about how she made 50K and her boyfriend told her to like take a break, but she didn't want to because she just wanted to keep going and make more and more money. And I'm like, no, like really, like, at what point is it like, okay, I've done enough, it's time to stop? Like, Rihanna was there for a second when she stopped singing, excuse me, but then she started up her makeup line and now she's a billionaire. And it's like, okay, like, yeah, you're a billionaire, but also, like, why are you a billionaire? Billionaires and millionaires, like, are they really that different? How many yachts can you buy and actually enjoy and like use and get fulfillment out of? Like, how much shit can you really do with $1 billion that you couldn't do with a couple $100 million. Like, what's the difference, honestly? Honestly, truly. So, making more money is appealing, but I don't even know like why. I don't even know what that would work towards. I know maybe like up to 100K a year, what that would go towards and how that would improve my life. After that, I have no fucking idea. Like, I saw this budgeting video of this girl who makes 25K because I'm trying to figure out my budget. That's another thing I do not like about adult life, having fucking rent. Like, I'm just constantly confused. Like, do I have enough money? I don't know. We gonna see on the first. But I was watching this video of this girl that makes 250K. I was watching her little budget, and I'm like, honestly, like, what is the point? Like, you're making 250K for what exactly? Most of it goes into savings and investments, and I'm like, okay, but why? You make 250K. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing? What are you working towards? What is the point of this money? Of these investments? Where do they get you? What? Like, I guess I just don't. Not only do I not have goals, but the goals that I do have of like grow my business and make more money, I don't even know why I have them fully. Like, I know in part like what I want to do with some of the money like up to a certain point, but after a certain point, I'm like, okay, like okay. Anyways, I'm done folding my laundry, so I'm gonna put it all away now. This video ended up becoming a lot more. Girl, let me get the exposure correct for this last clip. This video ended up becoming a lot more rambling than I thought it would be, but I hope you enjoyed the nonsense. And if you have something to say or contribute or add, let me know in the comments down below. I will see you guys all next time, which will probably be in October when I get a computer. End of October though, so honestly probably November. I'll see you guys next time, and until then, toodaloo.